Welcome back, Filmaholics. My name is Kyle Kendrick, and in this channel you find anything and everything filmmaking. So if you guys want more of that, consider subscribing. But until then, let's get on with today's video. So today, what am I doing? Well, what does every adult like to? Well, mostly every adult like to do. They like to drink. And how do people decide what to drink usually? Well, they look at an ad and they're like, "That looks good." Okay, that's not what really happens. But today I'm gonna show you guys how to film beer, because I film for a brewery now, but I'm also a manager there. But it's complicated. Yeah, it's a $10 million company. It's Flicks Brewhouse. Come check out their stuff. I'm gonna be doing more of their social media. I'm gonna be trying to do a lot of stuff for them. So check that out once it is going to be out. So there's that. But let's get on with today's video. So to get started right off the bat, here's some examples of the beers I did and have and will be filming for them more often. It's gonna be slowly better because it's a learning curve for me too. So I get to show you guys what I learned while showing you guys how to do it. So and we're back from the examples and we're here in the steps. So step number one is pouring the beer. Now how do you pour it? You pour it like you would regularly pour a beer. Make sure there's about like half an inch, maybe a little bit more room for head in the top of it. And if it doesn't have head by the time that you start filming, that's completely fine. We'll talk about that more in a future step. But for right now, that's what you want to do when you pour your beer. Now, for step number two, you want to have a controlled environment where you can have this beer. So what we made was a 3x3 kind of poster board-esque thing that has fake wood panels, and then the bottom is a fake granite panel as well. Now all of these panels are waterproof, so I suggest that because of the beer and, well, condensation, everything else, so that your backdrops won't be ruined by the condensation, the beer, any spills, anything like that. Now that you have that, what you want to do is have an overhead lighting setup on the beer. That way it can light through the beer and also everywhere else. And just put that smack dab on top of it. I'll give you guys more examples in the future on how to do this by doing behind the scenes on physically doing this. But this is just a quick rundown on a quick clip that you're just gonna do a quick thing for a quick beer. So yeah, too many words that I just said quick. So there's that. And now for step number four. This is when we actually get into what to do with the beer when you're filming. So to get to that point, you want to center the beer to where you want to film it. Now once it's there, you keep it there, and we go to step number five. This is getting a glycerin bottle and a spray bottle. It has to be one of those squeezy ones, not like one of the gun ones. It's more of the squeezy bottles. And once you have one of those, you put like about 2/3 of it as glycerin, and then the other third, the last third I guess, would have to be water. This allows it to be a little bit less thick, a little bit more drippy, less I guess less like glycerin and more like condensation. And now we get on to what to do with it. You spray that onto the glass of the beer. That way it looks like there's condensation. It sticks to the glass. There's only very few drips, but that allows it to have a really good condensation permanent look. Now that if you spray that correctly and not overspray it, it doesn't get oversaturated. Now if you want to get a film of a drip, you do want to oversaturate it a little bit in one angle and immediately film, but that's something you kind of want to do when you start filming. Now for step number 6 though, you get salt. This is a weird one. Salt, a lot of people don't really use, but a lot of people do use dish soap when they're pouring the beer so that it has head, but that can actually like go away immediately or in a few minutes or something like that, so it depends on your prep time with that. But salt, if you just have a salt shaker, put some of it in your hand and sprinkle it along in like a circular motion when you're sprinkling it into the beer. It allows it to fizz up and make fake head, and it lasts for about at most 30 seconds depending on how much salt you use. If you overuse it, it will overfill and then spill all over. If you don't use enough, then it looks like it's just not enough head. So it's a bit of a learning curve. It depends on the beers as well, so you kind of have to test it out every once in a while until you get the look that you want. And that is literally all you need to make it look like a quality beer. This allows you to start filming right then and there. So I never do the salt until I'm actually ready to film. And that's pretty much it to get those clips I showed you from earlier. So if you guys like this video, if you guys like this tutorial, if you guys even wanted to support me in this film endeavor of marketing beer, which is interesting to me, it's something new, something for me to grasp on, well, then like and subscribe. Also, if you guys want to check out more of these videos, go ahead and check out this playlist right up here. I'm going to start a new one as well for beers itself. That's going to fill up this space eventually once there's a lot more content. So check those out eventually. And if you want to see all the gear I use to make this video, all my past videos, and all my forward videos, go ahead and check the links down in the description below. And don't forget to dream on.